Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of British coinage, exploring the top 3 most valuable coins among the sixpence, 20p, threepence denominations. These coins might look ordinary, but their different years, conditions, and mint marks can make some worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, let's explore which coins could turn up big value in your change or old collections. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom sixpence from 1948. Though small in size, this coin carries a big legacy, especially for those who love collecting post-war British coins. We'll look at its history, unique features, rarity, and the current market value in dollars, even in circulated or damaged condition. If you've ever come across one of these little coins in an old drawer or inherited collection, this video is for you. The 1948 sixpence was minted during the reign of King George VI, a period marked by Britain's recovery from World War II. The country was still under post-war rationing, and the Royal Mint was producing coins primarily for circulation rather than for collectors. The sixpence itself had long been a popular denomination equal to half a shilling or 1/40th of a pound, and it played an important role in everyday British life. Unlike earlier sixpences, which were struck in silver, the 1948 issue was made of cupronickel, an alloy of copper and nickel. This change happened in 1947 when silver was removed from UK coinage due to rising costs and the need to conserve precious metals. So, the 1948 sixpence represents a turning point, a move from traditional silver to a more modern and practical metal composition. Now, let's take a closer look at what makes this coin special. On the obverse, you'll find the portrait of King George VI, facing left, with the legend Georgiv 6D GBROMN Rex Fide Def. Latin for George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith. The reverse features an elegant design by Thomas Humphrey Paget, showing the crowned monogram GRI, short for George Rex Imperator, meaning George, King, and Emperor. Surrounding it are the denomination sixpence and the year 1948. The coin's edge is milled, giving it a textured rim that adds to its charm. It weighs about 2.83 grams, measures 19.41 millimeters in diameter, and has that classic silvery appearance due to its nickel content. In terms of mintage, the 1948 sixpence isn't the rarest coin ever made, but it still holds value due to its historical context. Around 91 million pieces were minted, meaning it was a common coin in circulation during the late 1940s and 1950s. However, finding one today in good circulated condition can be harder than it seems. Many of these coins were worn down through heavy use, melted for metal recovery, or simply lost over time. Those that survive often show wear on the king's portrait and the reverse lettering. Still, even circulated or damaged examples are sought after by collectors who specialize in post-war coinage or want to complete a set of George VI sixpences. Collectors also appreciate this coin because it bridges 2 eras. It's part of the old pre-decimal system but still modern enough to represent Britain's transition into the mid-20th century. Now, let's talk about value, the question every collector wants answered. As of today, a 1948 UK sixpence in circulated condition typically sells for around $422,000 depending on wear and eye appeal. Coins in better circulated condition with visible details and less discoloration may reach $214,000. If you happen to have one in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, values can climb up to $113,000, especially if certified by a grading service. Major coin auctions or online marketplaces like eBay, collectors have paid even higher prices for near-mint examples, sometimes up to $25 or more, especially if they are part of a matched set or come from a well-known collection. However, for most 1948 sixpences found in circulation or inherited in average shape, expect the market value to stay around a few dollars. Still a nice reward for a small piece of history. If you're collecting the 1948 sixpence, here are a few tips to keep in mind. Inspect for condition. Even small details like clear lettering or a visible crown can greatly influence the value. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its worth. Store properly. Keep your sixpence in a dry, cool environment, ideally in a plastic coin flip or capsule to prevent further wear or corrosion. Complete the series. Consider collecting all George VI sixpences from 1937 to 1952. It's a rewarding and educational mini collection. Check for mint errors. Rare minting mistakes, such as misstrikes or off-center designs, can make your coin more valuable. Research market trends. Coin values can change depending on silver prices, collector interest, and auction results, so it's worth keeping an eye on recent sales. The 1948 United Kingdom sixpence might not make you rich overnight, but it's a charming relic from Britain's post-war era, a coin that tells a story of change, resilience, and royal heritage. Whether it's slightly worn or well-preserved, each piece holds historical and sentimental value for collectors worldwide. So, next time you spot one in a collection, don't overlook it. Sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest pieces of history. Next up, the 1989 United Kingdom 20p coin in circulated fine condition. While at first glance this small heptagonal coin may seem ordinary, it actually carries an interesting story tied to its design, production, and collector demand. Whether you're a beginner collector or a seasoned numismatist, understanding the 1989 20p coin can help you appreciate the history behind it and maybe even discover a small treasure hiding in your loose change. Let's explore its background, unique features, rarity, and how much it's worth in today's auction market in US dollars. The 20p coin was first introduced in 1982 as part of the UK's decimal coinage system that had replaced the old pre-decimal currency in 1971. The new 20p was created to fill a gap between the 10p and 50p denominations, and its distinctive seven-sided shape made it instantly recognizable by touch. By 1989, the 20p coin had already become a regular part of everyday British currency. The 1989 issue featured the familiar design created by William Gardner, with a crown Tudor rose on the reverse and the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. This portrait, known as the Third Portrait, had been used on UK coinage from 1985 until 1997 and was designed by Raphael Maklouf. During this year, millions of 20p coins were minted by the Royal Mint for general circulation, meaning it wasn't initially considered a rare year, but its long years in circulation and the condition it's found in today tell a different story. The 1989 20p coin is made from cupronickel, a durable combination of 84% copper and 16% nickel, giving it a silver-colored shine when new. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.4 millimeters, with its iconic heptagonal shape 7 sides with an equal radius that ensures it rolls smoothly in vending machines despite its unusual design. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II faces right, wearing the royal diadem. The inscription reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1989, which stands for Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina Fide Defensatrix, Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The reverse features the Tudor rose, a symbol deeply tied to English history, topped with the royal crown and the denomination 20p. The combination of these historic elements reflects the Royal Mint's tradition of blending classic heraldic symbols with modern design. While the 1989 20p coin was not produced in small numbers, its rarity today depends heavily on condition and collector interest. In fine or circulated condition, these coins show clear signs of wear, smoothing on the Queen's portrait, faint details on the Tudor rose, and scratches from decades of use. However, collectors often seek coins like this because they represent a piece of everyday history. Unlike rare minting errors or limited edition issues, the 1989 coin's value doesn't lie in scarcity but in historical appeal and condition-based collectability. Damaged or heavily circulated examples usually attract newer collectors or hobbyists who enjoy building date sets without spending too much. Despite not being a key rarity, certain collectors value coins with unique toning, slight die varieties, or sharp details. Even in circulated grades. In comparison, uncirculated or proof specimens can command higher interest, especially if they have original mint luster or come from collector sets. But even in lower grades, the 1989 20p holds sentimental value for those preserving coins from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, particularly after her passing in 2022. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: how much is a 1989 UK 20p coin worth in today's market in fine circulated condition? The coin's value typically ranges between $213,000, depending on wear, eye appeal, and buyer interest. Heavily worn or corroded examples are usually worth only their face value in the UK, around $116,000. However, collectors in the United States and Canada may pay slightly more due to import scarcity. In very fine to extremely fine condition, the coin might fetch $321,000. Brilliant uncirculated or proof-like examples, often preserved in Royal Mint sets, can reach $5 to $10, sometimes more if sold in high-demand auctions or online marketplaces like eBay or heritage auctions. While these amounts might seem modest, remember that British coins from the late 20th century are gaining increased collector attention, especially those bearing earlier portraits of Queen Elizabeth II. As the decades pass, even common date coins like the 1989 20p could appreciate slightly in value among nostalgic collectors and historians. If you have a 1989 20p coin, here are a few tips to help you maintain or increase its value. Avoid cleaning. Never polish or clean your coin, as this can permanently scratch the surface and reduce its numismatic value. Proper storage. Keep it in a coin capsule, 2x2 flip, or plastic sleeve to prevent further wear and oxidation. Check for errors. Inspect your coin for any die cracks, off-center strikes, or misaligned lettering. Though rare for this year, such mint errors can significantly boost value. Document provenance. If your coin comes from a family collection or was found in an interesting context, note that history. Collectors love a coin with a story. Track market trends, keep an eye on online auctions. Sometimes even common coins spike in value temporarily due to renewed collector interest or viral social media posts about rare coins. To sum it all up, the 1989 United Kingdom 20p coin in circulated fine condition may not make you rich, but it remains an intriguing piece of modern British coinage. Its elegant design, durable composition, and historical symbolism make it a favourite among casual collectors and history enthusiasts alike. While its auction value in dollars remains modest, typically under $2, its charm lies in its connection to the era of Queen Elizabeth II and the story of Britain's evolving currency. So, if you come across a 1989 20p in your change, don't dismiss it. It's a small piece of numismatic history. Keep it safe, appreciate its background, and who knows, one day it might become a sought-after coin in the future market. Next up, the United Kingdom 3p coin from 1943. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this little brass coin has a story worth telling. We'll uncover its history, unique design, rarity, collector demand, and most importantly, its current market value in US dollars. So, stay tuned to find out why even a small coin like the 1943 threepence can hold big significance for numismatists around the world. The 1943 UK 3p coin belongs to a very special period in British history during the height of World War II. By this time, the Royal Mint had transitioned from the traditional silver threepence coins to a new brass design that began circulating in 1937. During the reign of King George VI, the decision to change the metal composition came primarily from wartime needs. Silver was becoming too costly and strategically valuable, so the mint turned to a copper-zinc alloy known as brass, resulting in the iconic 12-sided through-penny bit that became instantly recognizable to British citizens. Struck at the Royal Mint in London, the 1943 issue was part of a large production run intended to support Britain's busy wartime economy. Yet, despite the large numbers originally minted, not all coins survived in good condition. Over 8 decades later, these coins tell the story of a nation at war, adapting, innovating, and producing durable currency under extraordinary circumstances. The 1943 threepence stands out immediately because of its distinctive dodecagonal shape that's 12 sides, which was introduced to help people easily identify the coin by touch. It was designed by George Kruger Gray, a celebrated artist known for his detailed coinage and heraldic designs. On the obverse, you'll find the left-facing portrait of King George VI, surrounded by the Latin inscription Georgiv 6DGBROMN Rex F laughing smiley NDIMP, meaning George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. This title remained until India's independence in 1947. The reverse features a Tudor thrift plant, a traditional symbol of thriftiness and stability, accompanied by the words 3p and the date 1943 below. The design reflects the wartime spirit of resourcefulness and endurance. The coin's composition of 79% copper, 20% zinc, and 1% nickel gives it that warm, golden tone collectors love. While millions of these coins were minted, finding one today in fine or collectible condition is becoming increasingly challenging. Most circulated examples have suffered wear, corrosion, or dents over time, as brass tends to tarnish when exposed to air and moisture. In damaged or heavily circulated condition, the 1943 threepence isn't considered rare, but still attracts collectors who aim to complete date runs or study the evolution of wartime coinage. However, those coins that remain in fine, very fine, or uncirculated condition are becoming scarcer each year. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins with clear details on the king's portrait and visible lettering around the edges, as well as a reverse side where the thrift plant remains sharp and defined. Even though the 1943 issue isn't the rarest threepence ever made, it's a tangible reminder of Britain's resilience, and that makes it a desirable historical artifact. Now let's talk about what every collector wants to know: how much is a 1943 UK threepence worth today? In the US market, the value depends heavily on condition, appearance, and buyer demand. A circulated coin in fine condition generally sells for $531,000, while coins in very fine to extremely fine condition can fetch between $514,000. If you happen to have one in uncirculated or near mint state, the value can rise significantly, with some graded examples selling for $324,000 at auction. Coins that have been certified by professional grading services like NGC or PCGS often bring even higher prices because they assure buyers of authenticity and quality. Interestingly, coins with historical provenance, for instance, those included in wartime sets or found in original Royal Mint packaging, can sell for $223,000 or more, depending on the collector's interest and the story behind the coin. If you're planning to collect or sell a 1943 threepence, here are some helpful condition matters. Even though these coins are not rare, those in higher grades will always command better prices. Handle your coins carefully and avoid cleaning them, as polishing can reduce their value. Check for errors. Some wartime issues have minor minting variations or misalignments. These errors can make your coin slightly more desirable. Storage and preservation. Keep your threepence in acid-free holders or coin flips to prevent tarnish. Brass is reactive, so avoid humid conditions. Buy from trusted dealers. When purchasing online or at auction, make sure the seller is reputable and offers clear photographs of both sides. Research market trends. Coin values can fluctuate with demand. Watch auctions, forums, and online marketplaces to stay informed about the latest prices. The 1943 United Kingdom 3p coin is more than just an old piece of brass. It's a compact symbol of British history, resilience, and design excellence. While not exceedingly rare, its connection to World War II, combined with its distinct 12-sided design, keeps it in the hearts of collectors worldwide. Whether you own one in fine condition or dream of finding a pristine mint-state example, the 1943 threepence remains an affordable and historically rich coin to add to any collection. So, the next time you come across one in an old drawer or coin box, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small piece of wartime Britain. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the key coin, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos about rare and fascinating coins from around the world.